going to start with a case out of Fargo that's raising questions about how far we are letting technology go in our justice system. A woman says she was arrested for crimes in a state she's never been to, and she spent more than 5 months in custody because of AI facial recognition. Sammy takes a closer look at what went on here.
Though she says she's never been to North Dakota, Angela Lips was arrested for bank fraud in the state due to what her attorney says was an over-reliance on AI.
The police can use that as a tool, but the problem in this case is they used it as pretty much the only tool.
Lips attorney Jay Greenwood said that Fargo police took surveillance images from the bank and forwarded it to a company that does facial recognition. They flagged Angela based on her social media presence.
I don't think there was anything else ever mentioned in the police reports that related to her identification and whether or not she was the person that they were looking for.
She was arrested in July in Tennessee and spent 5 months in North Dakota jail. Her attorney says she was never interviewed by police before that. The Fargo Police Department set a timeline and admits they only learned of her custody in December. They interviewed her for the first time later in the month, and the charges were dismissed.
I asked her family for some bank records going back a few months, and it showed that she had been buying the same things, doing the same things for 3 months, including over the time period that she was supposed to have been in North Dakota committing bank fraud.
Fargo Police Chief Dave Zabalski said in a statement that they also conducted additional investigative steps independent of AI for identification prior. He went on to say ultimately the issuance of an arrest warrant for Ms. Lips indicated that the state's attorney and a judge determined probable cause existed for the charges.
So it should never be used as a singular form of identification of a suspect.
Absolutely not.
Manjeet Rege is a St. Thomas professor and its director for the Center for Applied Artificial Intelligence.
I think what people can learn from this is that this is not as much of a technology problem, but this is how the technology was applied. I'm going to have it do face match my own image.
He says facial recognition technology isn't always 100% accurate.
High likely to belong to the same person, right? Now, if I change my appearance a little bit and let's see what happens. So the similarity score goes down considerably. One has to remember that there is a human element to this. And I think that is where this entire process has gone wrong.
The Fargo police chief announced his retirement 1 week ago. On Monday, city and police leaders met with the city attorney in a closed-door meeting to discuss potential upcoming litigation. Now, Angela Lips posted on an online fundraiser that after 5 months in jail, she lost, quote, everything and is incredibly behind on finances. Jana?
Sammy, at this point, is she cleared of all charges whatsoever, no longer a suspect in anything?
Well, her charges were cleared, essentially, or were dismissed, but police said that they're still actively investigating and can't say much else.
All right, Sammy, fascinating story. We'll be right back.